All right, guys, our guest tonight is a six-time world champion, lead singer of the popular band Fozzy. His hit single and hit album, too, Sin and Bones, is on the shelves right now. You'll be seeing him playing at the Soundwave Festival in Australia, February 23rd through March 4th, and the host of the new show, Robot Combat League, that premieres Tuesday, February 26th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Sci-Fi Channel. Mr. Jericho, how you doing today, buddy?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Listen, we're doing great, man. We're so pumped to have you on the show. We appreciate it. Listen, and let's get right into the wrestling talk, man. You came back at Royal Rumble. We were so excited. You legitimately duped everybody, something that doesn't happen in wrestling so much. And you legitimately got rewarded with that, with a huge pop. Talk about that for a minute. Talk about the pop you got in your reaction.
I don't know if it's so much rewarded with a huge pop. I think it was just the fact that people were genuinely surprised and shocked and were kind of rewarding themselves. I think it was cool in this day and age that we could actually still surprise people and fool them, especially with, internet and all the different ways of, social media. And the fact that not one person leaked it, I thought was a real testament to the company and a real testament to the how close I kept it to the vest, because not a lot of people knew. And there were people in the building that worked for the WWE that didn't even know until I walked out to the curtain. So that's pretty cool to know, because in this day and age, people really feel a sense of entitlement and like to play God and kind of say, well, I know what's going on. I know everything. And when they didn't know everything and we kind of fooled people, it was a really cool moment for me. And it could be one of the last times that we ever see something like this, because of just the reasons I said. So I think that's one of the reasons why the reaction was so huge, because people legitimately didn't expect it. It's not like they're like, oh, well, we knew he was coming. It was legit, like, holy smokes, I can't believe it. And that's why the reaction was what it was.
Mike Chiari?
It was amazing. Probably the best reaction I've ever received, with the exception of maybe 99 when I interrupted The Rock in Chicago. It was definitely up there with one of the top 2 or 3 responses that I've ever received. It was pretty cool.
Chiari?
Yeah, one of the reasons why I have so much respect for you as a wrestler is the fact that you're willing to come back, and put these other guys over. But there's obviously some fans out there that are going to complain about you maybe not winning as many big matches as they would like. So what are your feelings on that in terms of finding the right balance between helping the other guys on the roster while still satisfying the fans by winning the matches?
I'll stop you right there. Winning and losing in wrestling is a facade. It doesn't mean anything. It really kind of makes me mad when people say, oh, we've just been losing all the time. Because I don't know, did you not watch Raw last week when I beat Daniel Bryan, or when I was in the Elimination Chamber for 32 minutes, or when I was in the Royal Rumble for 48 minutes? It doesn't matter who is winning or losing. It's the matches that you're having, the performances that you're giving, and who the glue is to hold these matches together. I didn't come back to put young guys over. I came back to do what I do, and sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. That's wrestling. And even if I win a match, it doesn't mean I don't put somebody over. When Daniel Bryan and I last week went out there and stole the damn show, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make him a jobber if he loses, or make me a big hero if I win. We both win if the match is good, and the fans win if the match is good, and that's the most important thing. So I didn't ever say I'm coming back to put young guys over. I'm coming back to do what I've always done, which is have the best performances, the best matches I can have. And if I can teach some of the guys that have ever worked with a few tricks, then that's great too. And that's what the business is all about. It's about passing the torch, not just in wins and losses, but in how you you put together matches, and how you make guys. You can make somebody a way bigger star if they lose than by putting them over just because they got the 1, 2, 3. I mean, look at Sting and Flair, Clash of the Champions, when Flair took Sting to 45 minutes and still beat him, but it made Sting a huge star. Or when I worked Scott Hall on Raw and he got the 1, 2, 3 on, I got the 1, 2, 3 on him, but he kicked the crap out of me before the match, kicked the crap out of me after. Just because I won, does that mean I got put over? No. You're just as much getting buried if you win or if you lose. It all depends on how you put the match together. And it's one of those things that a lot of people are pretty stupid when they think they're actually smart and thinking that wins and losses mean as much as they do. It's about the match quality that you're having and the type of performance that you're giving, and that's always been my thing. I don't know what my record is. I'm sure I might have only won 100 matches and lost 1,000. Does that make me any less of a tremendous performer and any less of a legendary guy that some people think? No, of course not. I don't keep tracks of wins and losses, and nor should you. And if it mattered, I wouldn't be getting the responses that I get, which are some of the biggest on the show. People don't care if I win or lose. They just know when I get out there, it's going to be a great show, and that's all that matters.
It's great point. Brandon Galvin, question?
Yeah, Chris, it's because of your amazing in-ring skills and mic skills, and ever since your WWE debut in 1999, there's been a strong contingent of fans that have said that you were either underutilized, misused, or held back. Did you ever share these sentiments that some of your loyal fan base had, or do you disagree with these wholeheartedly?
I guess a 6-time world champion, 9-time Intercontinental champion, a first undisputed champion. I guess all that stuff is being held back and being a jobber. Then yes, I totally agree with them.
It's a great point.
I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, I'm what you say, man. I've been doing this for 22 years at the top level. I don't have to, I don't understand fans sometimes. I mean, the 6-time world champion, I don't know how you can deny that. Obviously, at some point, I got something, right?
Big time. Mike Cahill, question?
Yeah, I guess I wanted to kind of transition a little bit into your music career, because obviously you're a huge star in the WWE and professional wrestling, but you've also got an extremely successful, band that you're working with, Fozzy. How do you balance the two? Because I know both things are, for most people, there's something that it's hard to just focus some of their attention on. A lot of people put all of themselves into music or all of themselves into professional wrestling. How are you able to find such a great balance between two things that you clearly love so much?
I guess it's because I've always been kind of a career schizo. Since I was a kid, I wanted to be in a rock band and I wanted to be a wrestler. And I didn't know how I was going to do either one of those, but I just decided that's what I wanted to do. And I think you can't really do both at the same time. You can juggle, and that's one of the reasons why I came back for this run, because we had a open time in Fozzy's tour schedule. Yet still tomorrow night we're going to Australia to go tour with Metallica for a couple of weeks on the Soundwave tour. So, I mean, there still is a little bit of a balance between one and the other. But now my focus and my schedule is always going to be more Fozzy-based at this time in my career rather than WWE-based. Doesn't mean I still won't come and go from the WWE for as long as I can, for as long as I feel that I can live up to the standards that I've set. And I was actually pretty surprised and pleasantly surprised over the last month. I think it's been one of the best months I've ever had as far as performances and match quality. I think, at the risk of sounding too egotistical, I think I've had the best match on the show or top 2 best matches on the show on every show that I've done since I came back. And that was after, a 6-month layoff and putting in some time, 45 minutes or 48 minutes in the Rumble, then, 18 minutes with CM Punk in a single match, then 32 minutes in the Chamber a couple days ago. It's been a pretty cool vibe to know I can go in there and perform at the highest level and put in the time that I need to put in. And it's as long as I can continue to do that and feel good about myself and feel good about my performances, there's no reason why I won't continue to come back. But it's always going to be based around Fozzy's schedule and what I've got going on with the band.